As October is now winding down and the basketball season is finally here, I have a sub-challenge for you guys. Last October, 1.2 thousand of you subscribed to this channel. Thank you very much for last October. But this October, we only have 222 new subs. While I'm grateful for it, I want that number to go up. So now I'm challenging you to beat last October's number by hitting that sub button. Looks like the Warriors still don't have Draymond Green. Sources do say that Green will not play on Friday against the Sacramento Kings, which is going to be a huge loss for the Warriors heading into Friday's game, but it's just the second game of the season, and there is hope he could return sooner rather than later. Steve Kerr himself said in an interview, "No, he won't play Friday night. I'd be shocked. He went through a scrimmage today and is really making strides, maybe on the road trip at some point." Hearing that he's scrimmaging is a huge improvement because last time we got an update, it was just 5-on-5 in practice, but now he's actually rolling with the starters. So we did bring up the next 5 games that the Warriors do have to play. Of course, they play the Sacramento Kings tomorrow, which he will not play in, but Kerr said he could make his debut for the Houston Rockets, which is at Houston, or the New Orleans Pelicans, which is in New Orleans. So they do have a long road trip ahead of them. So they have to play about 8 of the next games. One of those games will be home. So Draymond could make his debut in one of those road games, hopefully sooner rather than later. But until then, it looks like Looney is going to be the starting center yet again, which is totally fine. I have all the faith in Kevon Looney to get this done. Of course, not having Draymond Green in the first game of the season definitely hurt the Warriors, but I think Kevon Looney could definitely step up here in Game 2 because when you look at Draymond Green and what he did last postseason against the Kings, he only played 6 games because he was suspended in one of those, but ultimately he did try very hard in his points per game, 9.5, 6.1 rebounds, which is great for Draymond Green, 8 assists, which is monumental. You need that assist with Draymond Green, and then about 2 steals per game, which really does make a difference in the end. But when you look at Kevon Looney, who played all 7 games in the 7-game series last postseason, 15.1 rebounds per game. And I actually wrote down a few notes here because Looney, out of the 3 losses that the Golden State Warriors had to the Kings, Looney had 7, 9, and 9 rebounds. Of those 4 wins, he had double digits, some 20-plus rebounding games. He makes a difference against the Kings when he is rebounding. That's going to be key as they head into the game on Friday without Draymond Green because Looney had 11 rebounds during the first game of the season, which is great. I love that about Looney, but you're going to need more to take on Sabonis and take on the Kings. This is how you're going to win, and Looney knows what he has to do. He said in an interview, "I feel like we did better down the stretch rebounding, but it's going to take a team effort. I feel like we hit the glass pretty well on the defensive end, but I think they kind of set a tone in the first half of being real aggressive with us." Well, I hate to break it to you, Looney, but it looks like the Kings are going to be just as aggressive with you. But if you can come out on top with those rebounds, then the Warriors do have a chance to take a win on the road. Are you worried about the Warriors without Draymond Green? I just showed you the stats of what Kevon Looney can do against the Sacramento Kings, and they've beat them before, but this time they're not going to have Draymond. Type W for worried, type not worried, NW for not worried. I'm going to go not worried. I think this is going to be a growing moment for Kevon Looney and the Warriors team because you're going to deal with injuries for the next 82 games, or 81 games, I should say. You're going to have to get used to it, and I think the Warriors are definitely going to be used to it without Draymond. So let's go, Kevon Looney. Let's see what you can do, and I want to see what you guys can do on Prize Picks. This is the #1 daily fantasy sports app. I use it all the time. Smitty uses it all the time, and not just for NBA season, but we've been doing it in football as well. I'm going to show you guys my picks in just a second, but first, I want you guys to know that I have had the most fun I possibly can with this app, winning up to 25 times my money this football season, and now I can do it during basketball season too. With the basketball season here, they have specials, like a special league all the time, a league created specifically for combo projections that include somebody like LeBron James and Travis Kelce. So they're mixing in the fun crossover season, which is what I love about Prize Picks. Of course, I did take Giannis to have more than 39 points, Damian Lillard to have more than 18.5 points in his Milwaukee debut, Kevin Durant less than 11 field goals made, and D'Angelo Russell to make more than 1.5 free throws, because why not? He's a ball handler. He seems to get fouled a lot. Let's see what he can do. These are my prize picks, but I want to see yours. All you have to do is go to prizepicks.com/CLNS. Use promo code CLNS for a first-time deposit match, and you can easily turn $10 into $250 with just a few taps. Now we're going to take a preview into the Sacramento Kings versus Warriors game. Of course, this is their first road game. Second road game. Yeah, they played at... No, it was home. Yeah, that's right. It's first road game of the year. I'm sorry. First NBA week, and I'm already bamboozled here. So this will be the matchup of the game. Right now, the Kings are favored at -1. That's probably because they don't have Draymond Green, and the Kings are looking pretty healthy. But they also just blew out the Utah Jazz. But here's the thing. This is going to be a matchup of the state of California. You got two teams. You got Sacramento, and you got the Bay Area in San Francisco. However, Charles Barkley doesn't like the Warriors over the Kings, which is pretty shocking. He said on NBA TNT, he said, "The Warriors are the fourth best team in California, in my opinion. Old people don't get better. They just get older. I don't like their team going forward. They've had a great run, great organization. The Lakers, Sacramento, and the Clippers are all better than the Warriors." Pause. How is he going to say the Warriors are the oldest team? How is he going to say the Warriors are old when the Lakers are significantly older than that? But also, the best team in California? If the Warriors read that, they better come into this game with a chip on their shoulder. This is why this game is a must-win. You cannot fall 0-2. Don't prove analysts like Charles Barkley correct. You got to make a statement and come back and beat the Kings on the road because you just lost the Suns by 4. You're not a bad organization. It's not a bad start. That was a tough game. You're going to have another one. You got to win this one. And I have some keys to victory here. I put my head together with Smitty's to determine these 3 victories. And the first one is you got to protect the perimeter. The Sacramento Kings can shoot lethally around the three-point line. And you got De'Aaron Fox, you have Sabonis. They shoot just like the Warriors do. You have to protect them because they made 19 three-pointers against the Utah Jazz, but they took 51 attempts. That's a crazy number of threes to be shooting. So if you're going to play small ball Kerr, then you got to have your guards guarding around the perimeter relentlessly to make sure, A, they can't get 51 shots up, and B, that 19 of them don't fall, because that's going to put a huge deficit in the scoreboard pretty quickly. But ultimately, the Warriors can also shoot too, so it's going to be a very offensive game, I believe. Definitely high scoring, but hopefully not that high if they can keep them locked around the perimeter. But my second key to victory here is the fact that you have to be smart on defense. When you are protecting the perimeter or if you're protecting in the paint, you got to defend. You can't foul. Why? Because just like the way they shoot three-pointers, they can shoot on the free throw line just as good. On Wednesday night, they played last night. They shot 85% from the free throw line. They made 17 of their 20 free throws, which means mainly everybody that gets fouled is going to make at least one of their free throws. So you cannot give up stupid fouls just because you're playing messy. You do not want to give them 17 or more free points at the line because that's also going to put you in a hole that you may not be able to dig out of. But the Warriors did have 23 personal fouls, but some people got into more foul trouble than others. Curry, that's going to come with his territory. Kuminga, I think they were stupid fouls. He needs to clean that up just a little bit in the paint while he is going up against people like Sabonis, but I think they can do it. Which Warrior do you guys think need to step up against the Sacramento Kings in Game 2? Who was the Warrior that didn't really impress you in Game 1 that you want to see more of on Friday? I think I would like to see more from Wiggins. I think that he didn't have the best game 1, which is fine. It's your first game of the season, but he can make a difference on Friday. That's my pick. Let me know yours. Just comment it down below while I tell you my third key to victory. Get Looney in the paint. I said this earlier in the video. When he rebounds, and I mean double digits, high rebound numbers, the Warriors beat the Kings. It's been statistically proven in the postseason, in the preseason, which I want to remind you, they took the Kings into overtime, and then Curry did what Curry does and swapped a 3 with 5 seconds to go to beat them in the preseason by 1. This is going to be a tough game on Friday. So when you have Looney in the paint, he needs to box out. This is not a very, very big Kings lineup. Probably going to be with the smaller lineups that you do face, as the Warriors are a small team. So you need to take advantage of this sized lineup, and you need to box out. You need to be aggressive, but please be smart. So with that being said, I'm going to give you guys my final score prediction. Like I said, I think it's going to be a high-scoring game. So I'm going to go with 120 to 118. We saw an overtime game. We saw the Warriors win by 1 in the preseason. I think this game is going to come down to a basket or two if the Warriors can play up to their potential. But I wanted to hear from you guys. Predict the score of the Warriors versus Kings game on Friday night. Just drop it down in the comments below. I want to hear what you guys have to say and what your final score predictions will be. And while you're at it, go on ahead and hit that sub button because like I said, I have a sub challenge for you guys. Help this number get to at least 500 before the month of October is done. All you got to do, hit that sub button.